So, yeet. Cool. Oh yeah, I reckon it is. That's why I stick with, because
up until the 90s we thought kiwi were doing okay, and then Doc did some studies and the scientists worked out that 95% of kiwi chicks were getting nailed, killed, kamati. So and the main culprit was stoats. So in about 2001 we started a trapping network here to kill those stoats, and our chick, we used fin traps, we used a range of traps. But now we use Doc 200s, but the important thing is our chick survival went from 5% to 60%. So the chicks were surviving, and that was really, really important to start with. Then we found we had a bigger problem in stoats. So because we had about 80 kiwi here originally, and we were trapping and saving the chicks, that was really cool. We got permission from Ngāti Hine, Hapu Inland, to transfer some kiwi via Matakawi Limestone Island to here to supplement our population. They would have naturally walked before Whangarei City was there, so we were just mimicking what would happen naturally, but we were doing it artificially, if you like. So we follow the dads, because it's the dads that sit on the eggs, out in Pura on some farmland there. Doc helps maintain the stoat population there. First of all, we put them in this beautiful bush. We found they walked miles from it. The second thing is they didn't walk into the beautiful bush, they walked into the farmland, the pine forests on the roadsides, and their all-time favourite was the pampas and the gorse. So that was a bit of an eye-opener to us. The third thing we found out were these kiwi were dying. They were dying. The birds we released were dying. They were being killed. They're big enough to fight a stoat off, so it couldn't be stoats. So we looked into it, and every one we found was killed by dogs. So that was a bit new in those days. It's old hat now. So doesn't matter how many stoats you kill. If you don't tie your dogs up, your kiwi are buggered. Simple as that. And our dog deaths have gone way down. We still carry on the trapping, protecting the chicks, and now we've gone from 80 kiwi to over 900 here at the Whangarei Heads, and those kiwi are walking north into new areas. There's a whole new group of community groups called Kiwi Link north of us, and now the kiwi are going in there, and those people are getting to look after their kiwi in their backyard.
Primarily targeting the mustelids. So that's your weasels, the smallest out of the three, stoats in the middle, and then you've got the big ones, which are the ferrets. Thankfully we don't have an established ferret population in our area where we operate predominantly, but there are definitely stoats out there. Stoats and dogs account for the most kiwi fatality throughout the country. They're the biggest risk to the kiwi in the wild. Stoats, I mean, they'll just get right in there and take out the young. Big, mature stoat wouldn't hesitate to have a go at an adult kiwi either. So, yeah, the more we take out, the better chance the kiwi have at establishing.
We've got a zigzag there, so the kiwi don't put its bill in there, because we don't want to catch a kiwi. Stoat comes in, boom, dead stoat. Wow. Okay, so what I do is I come to a place like this, check my trap. Oh, you might have noticed it's a bit different to some people. I've cut the corners off, because stoats just don't go on the ground, they run up here. So I'm making it as easy as for him to come and have a look and get in there, but still keeping our kiwi safe. So when I come to a trap, keep a close eye on things, see how it is. I change the lure, and as I say, this lure is salted rabbit. The dummies, well, they brought stoats to New Zealand to kill rabbits. And they do kill rabbits, but unfortunately they just decimate our bird life. So that's getting pretty old and yucky, so what I do is I do this, on there, and put myself a nice new fresh bit on. And I keep it as clean as I can. I treat it like as if I was going to eat it myself. It's all good. There. And same with the traps. It might not look like I'm a neat freak, and I don't mind a bit of hair and things, but the traps have to work, so you've got to be pretty fussy with them to make them work properly. You want them to go off when a stoat's there. You don't want a stoat to finally put his head in there and your trap not to go off. So, right, here's the stoat. Cobwebs are a classic. Humans don't even like walking through cobwebs, so imagine a stoat with a very sensitive nose banging into a cobweb. He's not going to come in. So that might look a bit manky, those traps, but they are functional, ready to go, and they work. So, come in here, you can come in here, and we put them in places. The location of the traps is really important. We're by a waterway here, catch a lot more stoats by the waterways than we do just randomly trapping. Our stoat trappers right through Whangarei and right through Northland, they've got to think really hard where they put their traps. We have the good and bad thing about stoats is they travel big distances, so you don't need to saturate the area with lots and lots and lots of traps. We actually trap 6,000 hectares here, and we've only got about 300 double traps. And our chick survival, as I said, went from 5% to 60% when we first started trapping. And then it starts to drop off again, and it starts dropping off again and again because the stoats get smarter and smarter, and you get what you call trap shy or lure shy stoats, and that's when toxins come into it.
Just one of the tools. We don't have any concern with 1080.
Yeah.
And we haven't been using it here. We haven't needed to, but we will need to at some stage, because it enables us to catch those trap shy stoats. They occur, and we need to have the tools in the toolkit so that we can deal with it.
Absolutely. To be honest, we won't have an effective kill count on the pests out there by using traps alone. We need to incorporate all methods of predator control that are available. Yeah, in regards to 1080, as long as it's being used correctly and responsibly, I personally have no issue with it. 1080
is a mammalian poison. There has never been kiwi had any 1080 toxin in them. It metabolises very quickly, it breaks down in water very quickly. It attacks the Krebs cycle in the cell, but it's mammals that it really, really knocks. Kiwi don't take the poison. There have been 600 kiwi monitored through with transmitters and checked, and not one single one has died. I can show you a freezer full of dead kiwi from dogs. I can't show you any dead kiwi from 1080. People that say 1080 kill kiwi are wrong. It can only be a dog called 1080 killing them.